welcome back to the dinner table. I am your host, Nick, joined always by my dad, Mike.
Hello, everyone.
We're back again for another week of chit-chatting and BSing.
Yeah.
And we're 1 week closer to an election, so we'll see what kind of mood we're in next week. See how it goes. I don't know. But,
we'll see.
Yeah, it is what it is. What else did I get? Do I have anything going on? Oh, yeah. I had to delay the movie. The original company that was going to post it suddenly doesn't do anything in the U.S. anymore. Kind of sketchy. Kind of glad it didn't go there. So
Yeah, really sounds a little sketchy.
It sounds a little sketchy to me. So it will be we are moving to Vimeo, so it'll be there shortly, hopefully. Okay.
Everything all right?
I had to kick on my noise canceling. I can hear like echo in my own head.
Oh.
So it's like, what the hell? But yeah, so that'll be hopefully next week. I'm working on it right now. Actually, I stopped to work on it to do this quick podcast here and say hello to our one fan.
Our one fan.
One fan, which was you.
Actually, the one last week's,
it's picking up. It's picking up. Yeah, okay. We're always like a week behind.
Yeah.
I've noticed, so that's okay. Keep doing it anyways, damn it. We're persistent.
Yeah, well.
Anything. Yeah, true. See how things go here the next couple of weeks. But yeah, nothing going on much over here besides just movie stuff, getting things done.
Yeah.
You know, we had our big football discussion last week. So
yeah, we did.
Bills did win, kicked the shit out of the Seahawks. So I was happy. But
I'm not surprised by that.
Yeah, I was a little bit. I didn't think it was going to be that close.
Yeah.
We get to watch the Jets hopefully get the shit kicked out of them tonight. So that could be
I see the Yankees lost. That's always good.
It is, you know. Yeah, it's a sport that I just fell off.
Me too. I used to like baseball a lot. I followed it. I never followed it real close, but, you know, if a game was on and I was interested, I'd watch it. But I hardly ever watch it anymore. Yeah,
outside of Otani and Judge, I don't really know any players.
Yeah.
You know, I've tried to get back into it over at my buddy John's house. He has the baseball thing. It's like $99.99 a month.
Yeah.
But what sucks is this time of year they don't show games, so he has to find cable stations that show the games.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's really weird.
Well, you know, they're both baseball fans.
Oh yeah.
So it works for them.
You know, growing up in Seattle, as a huge Seattle Mariners fan.
Yeah. Now I like going to baseball games.
Oh yeah.
I mean, we have a AAA team here in Jacksonville, and it's a fun night out. It's cheap. You get in for, what, $7?
I think it's $7.
Yeah.
The beer costs more.
Beer costs more than the ticket.
Parking does too. It's kind of funny, but it's still a fairly cheap night out. You know,
I enjoy it. And AAA baseball, you know, it's only one step down from the majors.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of major league players there.
Sometimes rehabbing,
or you know, they just get sent down for some extra work or whatever. You know, it's fun.
Yeah, it is. I do enjoy they're the jumbo shrimp here.
Jumbo shrimp.
Used to be the Suns, but they changed it to.
They got a little crazy with it.
Yeah, well, it's like the angry Chihuahuas there, you know, over. I think they're in New Mexico.
Yeah,
Albuquerque, Albuquerque angry Chihuahuas.
Hartford, Connecticut has one of the yard goats.
Yard goats, yeah. Gotta have fun with your minor league team. I mean, sometimes some of these days you name a team and then a few years later it's we can't name them that anymore. You can't use those words, so you got to change it anyways. So anyway. So just go with the animals and have fun with the animals. Like in Madden football, if you relocate your team, you can go to pick your city and all that, but they give you like a list of names, and one of them is my favorite one is the River Hogs. I have no idea what the hell it is, but if I relocate a team, they're called the River Hogs. And the NFL, you need to make a team somewhere.
I need to get this phone call.
Okay, hold on 1 second. We'll be right back.
Okay, never mind.
Yep. Oops.
Scam call.
Scam call. Hey, that's what you get most of the days.
Seems like it.
Yeah, no, at least especially this time, it's all political stuff or scam calls.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get tons of them. Like, at the end of the day, I have it set where if you're not in my my book, my what do you call it? They call it the contact book on the phone.
Yeah.
It just goes right to voicemail. And at the end of the day, I'll clean out like 30 of them. It's
I don't
insane.
get that many.
Oh, I do. I don't know why.
Your mom does. Man, she gets all kinds of them.
I get them between Arizona and Florida. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know.
Well, I canceled my Facebook account, so maybe that's why.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
They never had my phone number anyway, but
Yeah, social media is.
yeah.
It was a great tool, but it now is just turned. I don't know what it is.
I just
now.
got sick of it.
Yeah.
It's nothing garbage and stupid people posting shit that they don't research. And,
and just
just drive me crazy.
Yeah.
So I said, heck with it. I don't need the aggravation.
yeah. To me, and then you see an article and it's obviously a blatant, absolute, undoubtable lie, but then you see all these people like
Or some of the memes they post. I mean, people don't research them.
no.
They never look into it, and it's all bullshit. And it's like, I mean, you guys believe this crap?
Yeah.
Google it. It takes 10 seconds to find out that that's not true.
Yeah, no, that's complete utter BS. Yeah. Oh, I know. It drives me just absolutely insane.
Yeah.
Well, one that's been driving me crazy is the marijuana one here.
Oh, the TV ads.
The TV ads, they are just blatantly lying.
Yeah,
to
we
people.
mentioned that a little bit last week.
Yeah. It is just, I mean, we can't smoke in public. Cigarettes.
Nowhere.
And so
Florida,
no one's going to
even
smoke.
talking about banning smoking in parks and in state parks and things like that. Which I don't think they'll ever do that. But
so you can't smoke marijuana in those places either. It's still smoking, and I lived in Arizona. We didn't smell like weed ever.
No, I know. That's all BS. And like I said last week, I've been to many states where it's legal. And,
never noticed it. And there's a lot of them. Like the abortion one, there's a lot of things going on there. And I know this is going to come out probably after the election, so what we're saying here is meaningless. But it still bothers me that people are okay with blatantly lying to you.
I guess they're used to it.
Yeah. I mean,
been lied to for the last
well, Fox News got
2016
sued and lost a case over lying. Big case, almost $1 billion worth.
780
some odd billion or million. Excuse me. Yeah, they're nearly $1 billion for lying
about the last election. Yeah.
So
but people that watch Fox News never see that because that's all they watch.
They just ignore it. Yeah. And they won't go outside of
Fox News is not going to report on themselves.
Yeah, and Newsmax isn't going to report that because,
they got sued and lost too.
Oh, did they? Yeah.
And so did Breitbart, whatever that.
Breitbart, that's what Bannon used to own or involved in.
Yeah, I had a whole list of settlements. There's like 5 or 6 of them. But
and
these so-called news outlets that have blatantly lied about voting machines and other things, and they got sued and lost. It settled out of court.
Out
of court.
Yeah, but it was still. I mean, I can't remember the Dominion.
Yes,
Dominion did get a lot of money out of that, and they should have.
Yeah,
really hurt their business and hurt what they do and all that crap, but. It's just a shame, and I guess you're right. Maybe they are used to it a little bit.
Yeah, people are conditioned to it now.
Yeah.
It's
kind of unfortunate.
It is.
It's just very unfortunate. Yeah. It really upsets me. When, I turn on the news or you see an ad, like, my favorite one is, she's paying for prisoners' sex changes. I'm like,
no,
she's not.
Nobody.
That is absolute horse muck.
My favorite one is, send your kid to school as a boy and they come back as a girl.
Yeah.
I mean, what the fuck are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
That is such bullshit.
It is.
But people believe it.
It's designed to get people, get them all riled up. And it's like, it's not happening. It's these things that you're worried about.
You're going to do a sex change operation while you're at school?
Yeah, it takes a lot more than that.
Come on.
And there's this thing, hormones. And I knew a young woman, or she was a woman who went the other direction, and she became a man, and it was years of hormone therapy and stuff like that.
You don't go to school and come home, leave just gym and come home as Jane.
Yeah, you just don't. It doesn't work like that. And she went through. It was quite painful. I remember her talking about it. It was a pretty rough time. It's not an easy thing, but it helped her. The whole
I don't
identity
really,
thing.
that's again another thing that I
But-
could care less about.
Yeah, I'm
You
not
know,
worried
I just-
about
I
it.
just
Be who
don't
you
care.
are. Be who you want to be.
Yeah,
But
we're talking a really small, super small percentage of
absolutely.
the population here,
absolutely,
and I just don't care. I mean, it's
well,
does it affect me? No.
No.
Does it affect my life in any way?
No.
So why the hell do I worry about
yeah,
it?
it's
not-
like yeah, exactly. That was my argument to everybody with gay marriage. Is it somehow make you unmarried? No. Then why do you care?
Why do you care?
We'll let two people who love each other get together. It's fine. It's fine. You're
I
not.
care less.
They're not hurting you.
No, it has nothing
know.
to do with your life.
Yeah. No. Nothing. Nothing. Zero. If it does not, unless somehow it affects your freedom in any way, don't give a shit.
Yeah,
just
don't
don't
care.
worry about it. Move on.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of. I think that's to me is kind of a lot of this past year has been like they've been worrying. People have been worrying about shit that has no concern at an individual basis.
Yeah, it doesn't affect your life in any way.
And it's sad because we're demonizing human beings for reasons of they already exist.
I don't know.
It's kind of it's fucked up. Sorry, there's no other word for it. But yeah, the world we live in, hopefully it'll get better. I have no idea.
Yeah, probably. It's probably going to get worse before it gets better.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Sorry to sound depressing on this
That's my
one.
prediction.
Yeah, might not be wrong.
Oh well.
Well, but it's okay. So, but yeah, nothing much going on my end outside of just now scrambling to try to get this Vimeo thing going and get that up. So at least I can have it somewhere up and say, hey, look, it does exist. I swear to God, I'm not
It's
lying.
supposed to be
to
up
you.
tomorrow, right?
Yeah, but the whole thing just kind of blew up.
apart.
Yeah, and that's fine. It's okay.
It's probably okay that it did because they
I didn't
just
want-
take your money probably and never.
Yeah, I never hear from them again. So, which was funny is they were a pretty big app. They had a lot of stuff, and then the app just disappeared. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, they stopped answering my questions.
I guess they weren't making any money here or something.
Yeah, I guess so. And you can't access anything. Like when you click, like they all have like a thing like this plan, that plan, and this plan. You click a plan, it just goes back to the home screen. So I'm like,
Yeah, they're done.
I think they're done. And that's fine. I'll go with the one that's slow and steady and still
I wonder if
around.
they're still available in foreign countries.
They might be. Yeah, it might be one of those, but not really worried about it now. The one I'm going to use is available everywhere too.
Yeah.
So what's the point? Like they even have a thing in there, like they tell you what the currency is in like all the countries they deal with.
Mm-hmm.
So like if I do like, you can rent it for $1.50 or whatever, it tells me in all the currencies what those what that equals.
Mm-hmm.
And I did not know this. Australians, at least in the thing I saw, I did not know their money was that much considered. Like the value of it, they're lower than us. I thought.
Yeah, they're a lot lower than.
Yeah, I thought they were about even, but
Of course, I was there 100 years ago, but it was like 6-1,
is it really? Yeah, I
something
didn't
like that.
know.
It was back then. I don't know what it is now.
Japan is crazy right now.
Yeah.
The Japanese yen is about done. I don't know what they're gonna do. They're in a lot of trouble over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was one of the reasons. I'm a big gamer. The PlayStation's raising a lot of their prices is because it's doing great from US to them because they're getting a shitload of yen for that US. The problem is it's their at-home stuff. They're not making anything on it because it's worthless. It's almost. I don't have my phone on me, which you can look, but it was almost like 100-1 at one point. It's really bad.
It's been that way for years, though.
But it's like tanking hard. They're kind of freaking out. They kicked out their prime minister, elected a new one. Whole new everything. They're just freaking out. Last I looked, so it's kind of feel bad over there. Matter of fact, to go there right now, you want a cheap vacation, go to Japan. Right now, the Japanese are not happy about it because all these foreigners are coming
Yeah,
in.
$100 is 15,244 Japanese yen.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's ugly. Yeah, they're having a big problem over there.
$0.0066.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a little bit of a mess from what I've been reading.
Yeah.
And how Sony's reacting is they're trying to, stabilize their company because their business deals in yen mainly. So they got to convert all their money to yen, and they're like trying to stabilize as a Japanese company. Where, a lot of the other companies who are not, another one's going through it is Square Enix. They're a big game designer based out of Japan. And they're always complaining that their revenue isn't where it needs to be. They sold like 12 million copies or something like that of Final Fantasy 16. Mm-hmm. And they're like, it's a bomb. Well, if you do the transfers, everything, they didn't make nearly as much money as they were hoping because of the value of the yen. It just kicked their ass. It's kind of a weird situation over there. Mm-hmm. But you want cheap vacation.
Yeah, I was never a big fan of going. I've went there a couple of times. And,
yeah.
It's okay.
I think it's more of like my generation and older's kind of like, maybe because of the gaming and anime culture. I don't know. I'm not an anime guy, but
I don't know.
Actually, I think I play some of those anime games and it makes you feel weird. You're like, this is kind of pervy. She looks like a teenager in this game and she's wearing almost no skirt. You're like, it's a little pervy. I don't know how I feel about this game design. But, you get used to it. When you played enough of them, you get used to it. But it's still that awkward moment when someone doesn't know what the hell it is, walks in like, what the hell are you playing? It's a game, I swear. Yeah. But, I guess they're going through some weird little things over there. It's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Up and down, I guess. Yeah. Everybody's economy.
Yeah.
Regardless of what you read on the news, our economy's done quite well.
It is doing quite well. I can see it in everything. My little bit of investments that I have are all very high.
Yeah.
Except for my Sony one again. My Sony one went down again. But that's okay. I know they're going through stuff, so I'll just hold strong. See, what I do is I invest a little bit, and I grow it, sell it, buy that same amount. Like, say, okay, I grew it from 10 to 11. I buy one for 11, grow it to 12, sell it, and I keep kind of incrementally growing. Eventually, I will be a billionaire.
I doubt it.
I'll be dead.
You're going to be a little slow. That's a
little too slow.
Way to do it.
I don't know. It's kind of an experiment. I just kind of experimented with this. I wonder how this works. And I guess if I were to put in real money in it, I could probably do it. But I don't know. I'm still not sure about it. This whole day trader thing is...
Oh, no.
People lose their ass on that shit, and it kind of scares me.
I invest in funds.
Yeah.
Big funds. Yeah. And I have an advisor, so...
Yeah.
Make sure we don't screw it
Who has a fiduciary responsibility to you, know. Yeah. So he doesn't get paid until you do. So that's probably a good thing. Yeah, but you got a lot of these day traders. Yeah, you had the guys who did the GameStop thing, and they made a crap load of money, but you got a lot of people who lose a lot of money. Yeah. A lot of money.
I don't know if that's so big anymore as it was like in the 90s.
Apps like Robinhood and stuff keep it going.
Yeah.
I have a Robinhood one, but like I said, it's like little tiny incremental money. They're probably looking at my account going, do we really have to carry this goddamn thing around every day? Do we have to report nicks? Do we? But only because I'm too lazy to change my checking account and just close the whole damn thing. But I haven't figured out how to do it yet. I was looking on the app, like, I added it in there, but I don't know how to change it now. Yeah, so I have to sit down and just do it one day.
Well, they make those apps and things hard to cancel.
Oh, yeah.
Like subscription services.
Oh, absolutely.
Sometimes they're hard to cancel.
Yeah.
It's like, how do I cancel this damn thing?
You got to call us.
Yeah.
And then we're going to make you feel bad.
Change my email.
Oh my God.
I still have some that I haven't figured out yet. I haven't changed. It's like, come on.
Me and EA still are at odds with this. They won't let me change it. And what's funny is, and they did this thing where it's like, well, this is what your account is. I said, yeah, but you're linked to my PlayStation account, which let me change my email. So that's the correct email on my PlayStation account, which you are piggybacking off of. But yet they still won't send me an email to that PlayStation one. They'll send it to my old one.
Yeah, the one you signed up with.
The one I signed up with like freaking 10 years ago. Yeah. Probably closer to 15 at this point, It's really funny. And that's something I always find weird that they can do. Everybody has their own login now. So, like, I load up an Ubisoft game. I have to log into the Ubisoft. I load up EA, EA. It's kind of strange that you're playing on one machine. You'd think it would just be that machine. No, everybody has their own little stores now. It's getting kind of overly complicated and stupid. And I think it's something like that. people are going to have enough. Like, look, stop.
Yeah.
You know, you can
Eventually.
stop now.
Yeah.
Let's do one unified account. If you're a PlayStation user, use your unified PlayStation. If you're a PC, use your Steam. You know, and I really wish they would do that, but they.
Yeah.
I think it's going to take for the whole system to just implode one day. They're like, okay, we're going to fix it now. We're fix it now.
You're right.
You're right. We get it. We understand. We were stupid and we were wrong. We did this the wrong way. Our bad.
Yeah.
You know, and then was it now on the PlayStation Store? You have the EA Store, so you can, if you're an EA member, you can buy discounted games on the EA Store. But I'm like, how does that work with the PlayStation stuff? You know, because they get money for the. I don't get it anymore. So I'm just at the point where I just wait for things to go on sale and I'll buy them then. You know, hey, that game is now $20. Cool. You know?
Yeah.
So
Buy them cheap.
buy them cheap. You know, and I get it. You know, people say you gotta support it. You know, that's how you keep that business alive. But it's to that point where $70, and then the next week, like Ubisoft it didn't sell well enough, so they'll sell it for $20 anyways. And you're like, okay, just wait. You know, you don't got to pre-order that shit. It's too much money. It's a waste of money. And half the time you get a broken thing anyways. You know, you got to wait for all the updates to come through.
Yeah,
So.
all the patches and
all the stupid patches. Yeah, that's that digital world we live in now, I guess. Everything gets patched out. Everything gets fixed. They're doing that now with Final Cut. The new OS came out. Now Final Cut is randomly dropping things. So now they're having to update that and then patch that and make that work with this. And by the time it does work, the new OS will come out.
It'll be all screwed up again.
Be all jacked up.
Yeah.
But yeah, nothing much. It's kind of weird. It's kind of been quiet.
Kind of quiet week.
Yeah, Milo's sick. Hopefully he'll get better.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's over there sleeping right now. I can see him. He's over on the chair. Yeah. He always stays in sight line. Always in sight line. Yeah. You know, but his ear isn't as red. Got a little bit of an ear infection. That's my dog. He's on the cover of our last little podcast.
Our last week's podcast.
Yeah, and both him and Riley sitting together in the chair.
Yeah.
They're cute boys, but Milo got a little sick. Everything else is fine. He still runs around like a crazy man and barks at the neighbors a lot. Too much.
Yeah.
And but he's I don't know. You can tell every now and again when you go touch his ear, he's like get that
sore.
Yeah, it's a little sensitive.
Yeah, dogs, you never know if they're sick.
They never tell you.
No.
You know.
No.
Crichton would when she was like super sick.
Yeah.
But, you know, she would then start like she's being cuddly because Crichton was never cuddly. You know, he's being cuddly. Something's wrong. You know, and then Milo though he still wild and crazy. You never know. Riley doesn't make a sound. You know, you won't even know. He'll pick at his ear every now and again, but for the most part, he doesn't do anything.
Yeah, you never know unless you look.
Yeah,
and Riley's ears are really sensitive. I think it's the floppy ear thing. Both dogs have floppy ears, and I don't know what it is, but
I was reading the thing. They say you got to trim the hair underneath, but you know how freaking. I'm not going at my dog with scissors. How freaking twitchy he can be. You know, that's not going to work. You know,
so I'm not so sure that's.
They say to clean it at least like once every couple of weeks or so.
Yeah, we always clean Riley's.
Yeah, and probably gonna have to add Milo to that. I'll have to learn how to sit down and hold him and do that, along with brushing his teeth, because he's got those shitty teeth that get plaque real quick. So I brushed him last month. I got to do it again. He's gonna love that. So.
He's okay. He's pretty easy.
He is pretty easy. He's a good boy. But hopefully he feels better. I don't like it when he's sick.
Yeah, definitely.
We had to go to that vet down the road. They're just a walk-in vet. That is the busiest place I've ever seen in my life.
I know. Yeah.
And it was a little bit too busy. I ended up leaving because his ear swelling went down in his ear. He was doing fine. I was like, we can treat it at home, get him to our normal vet when we can.
Yeah, she should be back next week.
Yeah, so we'll
I hope she doesn't retire.
She's so good.
Yeah, I like her. The best damn vet I've ever had.
Yeah,
had to deal with. But
I liked my guy in Arizona a lot.
You know, my doctor of 25 years is retiring in a couple of weeks, right before Thanksgiving, I think. My dentist of 25 years already retired.
Yeah.
So I guess time for the vet to go. Who else? You know?
Yeah. Yeah, well, she's retiring over there too. She had a sign up on the door. I'm retiring at the 24th or Christmas Eve is their last day. They're going to be closed, and that's closed permanently.
Nah, that's too bad.
Which is crazy because that place.
A lot of people go there. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. They are going to be
their prices
displaced. Yeah.
Now it's all corporate crap, just like everything else.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's kind of a pain in the butt.
Yeah.
There's
no more personal care anymore. That's why I kind of miss my doctor already.
Yeah.
You know, and my dentist. I definitely miss my dentist.
Yeah.
But
there's a new one.
Was good.
Is she okay?
Well, she's a good dentist.
Yeah.
But you know, you go to the same guy for 25 years.
That's true.
You know, 26 years or whatever it was. You know, and he knows you. He knows your family. He knows. Yeah. You know, and I don't know. I miss that.
That was a big thing for me when I moved to Phoenix. I got in with a corporate hospital.
Yeah. Well, that's all there is anymore.
Mm-hmm. And it was weird because you could tell there was just certain things that were on a script.
Yeah.
That he has to do.
Mm. Well, that's insurance too.
Yeah.
They got to follow the.
Yeah.
You know.
And it's like, they do the thing. You need to lose weight. Well, I know that. You don't got to tell me that every time I walk in here. But. Then he looks at my legs because I guess they're expecting my legs to be swollen. So I guess people who are a little bit heavy have swollen legs or high blood pressure. I'm like, no, mine is just what I was doing for a living is why I had high blood pressure. But he looks at my legs. He's like, oh, you're in pretty good shape. Well, I do go hiking all the time. I have a very active dog and I like to get him out and do stuff. So we go out all the time. We do a walk every morning, and. Mm-hmm. When I was over there, we'd go to the mountains every day. Just about. Not every day, but just about every day. So I'm constantly moving. It's not like I'm just sitting in front of a TV all day, I'm fat, but I'm not fat,
Believe me, I've seen fat.
And he's like, oh, that's a good point. And I know he's just doing it because he has to.
Yeah.
But it's still a little like, I know, man, I get it. Can we just figure out why I'm having breathing problems? That's why I'm here. That has nothing to do with weight. I've been thin with breathing problems. I have asthma. It is what it is. I've been heavy with breathing problems. Let's figure it out. But that was the thing that bugged me. That and he was 25 years old and I was 40. It's just weird.
Yeah, well.
I know it gets worse as you get older, but it was just still a little weird to me. I'm like, this dude is 25. What have I done with myself?
Yeah, it's like my dermatologist there went to high school with Matthew.
Yeah.
So that's really weird.
Yeah.
I'll never forget that when he walked in the room.
Yeah.
They said, well, we got to get this skin cancer removed. You're going to see Dr. Schmieder for that, do the Mohs surgery. Okay, I know Dr. Schmieder. I knew him from going to the school stuff, with Matt. And then walks young Dr. Schmieder. I'm
the
like,
junior doctor.
I looked at him. I was like, "Oh my god!"
That's funny.
Do you remember me? No. Do you remember Matthew? Oh yeah, he played football with us for a while. Yeah, that's him.
I think wasn't he the kicker?
He was a quarterback.
Was he quarterback?
Yeah,
I couldn't remember.
I think so.
I don't know, one of the two. But that's.
And he went to school his whole life with Jam.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
So Jam's known him since kindergarten,
Now he's your doctor.
Now he's my doctor. I'm like, oh my god. That's weird.
That is funny. No, that would be weird. That I've never run into. But when that kid, he's a young looking guy, comes walking in, and now I'm at that age where people under 30 to me look very young. Like I can't tell the difference anymore after a certain age. And this guy comes walking in, I'm like, is it Doogie Howser? I felt so shitty. And then they tell he's a nice doctor. He was a good doctor. I can't remember his name now, but he was a really nice guy. He wore bow ties. He was a real nice dude. Yeah. And we talked for a long time. Good people. And then but I went home. I'll never forget. I went and ate over at Matt and Jam's. I think Matthew was cooking a big dinner. He's like, come over. I'm like, all right. I said, yeah, I went to the doctor today. And my doctor was like 25 years old. Matt goes, get used to it, because he goes the same thing. It's every doctor around here is really young. I guess in Phoenix they have, because of Mayo. Mayo has such a big, Mayo's like a whole block out there.
Oh, yeah.
And then they have, is it Better Health? Honor Health?
Oh, there's all kinds of them.
Yeah, they're huge out there too. And Oh, they just bring in young doctors. They just bring them
Don't
in.
have to pay them as much.
Yeah, that's sadly but
It's
true.
true.
And it's absolutely true.
Yeah.
Because they're all big corporate entities.
Yeah,
I think
it's all
Mayo
about the bottom line.
probably
It's not about
pays.
your health.
No.
It's about them making money.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, exactly.
yeah.
And that's why they don't. That's why they fight so hard against anything being.
Yeah, that's why we need to fix it. But
we won't.
This country is not going to get fixed.
No, especially with the corporate stuff taking over so big like it is. You know, you got. The nice thing I will say is when I needed blood work, it was all in the same building.
Oh, that's
so. He goes, hey, I'm going to order a blood thing. The girl comes in, does the blood thing.
Wow, that's unusual.
She goes in and goes to the testing thing. And then they come back and say, hey, everything looks okay so far. I'm like, oh, okay. It's all in one facility. And it was kind of nice. That, I won't lie, that is kind of nice. Mm-hmm. Now, I got the insurance bill. I might as well have gone to 5 different places if you look at the insurance
yeah,
bill.
of course.
But it's still it's convenient. But we could do that still. Without the corporate stuff, you just make it more accessible and a little bit cheaper for these guys to run their business. I don't know. It drives me crazy. Our medical here just drives me crazy.
It does.
It's like, it's not really it's not a system, it's a market.
Yeah, yeah. And it's not even a free market.
No. And if you don't make a certain amount of money, you are left out of the market.
Exactly.
And it's like the organ transplant. If you need a liver, but you can't afford the anti-rejection medicine,
which is really expensive.
Which is like $5,000 a pill.
Yeah, my friend Bill was on a kidney thing, and they told him that up front. But he had outstanding insurance like I do, Medicare and TRICARE for life. But so he would have been covered. But they told him that. It said if you can't afford the drugs, you don't get the transplant.
Yeah.
So.
They're essentially death panels. Yeah. They, I remember.
Everybody talks about socialized, quote unquote, medicine, government run medicine, like Medicare is, actually. And this evil thing, and you're going to have death panels and all that. You already have them.
Yeah. It's called insurance companies.
You already have them.
It's called the bottom line.
Yeah. You can't afford the drugs, you're going to die.
Yeah.
It's just that simple.
Well, and to a lesser extent, and it's not a human thing, but I have dog insurance for Milo, right? A health plan for my dog, and it has a limit.
Oh, yeah.
And there's a limit on there, and it's kind of funny. I'm like, boy, you better not get jacked up more than 20 grand this year because it's going to cost me a lot of money to keep going.
Once the vet finds out you have insurance, the price goes up.
Oh, yeah, they do everything. Yeah. Well, I don't know. This vet is weird because I don't think they're on the program. The corporate vets are, but they're not. But what I have to do with theirs is I just submit.
Send the bill.
I send the bill, and then they send me.
That's probably a better way to do it anyway.
Yeah, so and so not everybody can go, oh, what's your insurance? Or oh, what's this for Milo? But it's funny that we've also got to the point where we have to have pet insurance. I mean, this is insane.
Yeah.
Vet bills are getting out of control too, and it's kind of funny because they know they can now because there's a middleman. I swear, any market that gets a middleman in it, things just get hosed. Yeah. They look at entertainment, the middleman entertainment, these frickin' they call themselves studios, but they're not studios. They don't make anything. They're just the guy who buys all the stuff, and then they go, here, movie theater, we're going to take 60%. We're going to take 60% here. These guys get shit who made it, and the people who are actually going to show it, they make shit, but the middle guy's loaded, much like insurance companies, much like anytime there's a middleman, I'm just like, I don't like you. I don't know why. I don't know. I don't know if it's all middlemen. I know some middlemen do serve a purpose, but
it's one thing I like about Europe.
Yeah.
We visited with Matt and Jam for a couple of weeks there this spring, or I think it was this spring. No, it was last year.
Yeah.
But you walk down the street and they still have a camera store.
Yeah.
They still have a sewing machine store. They still have a shoe store where people work in there and they actually put the shoes on you that fit.
Yeah.
What? Yeah, what? It's crazy.
I don't guess anymore.
And I'm like, where did all this go? You got the mom and pop shoe store. You got the mom and pop camera store. You got the mom and pop.
I don't know.
Freaking whatever,
Their economy is no worse or better than ours for it.
I think it's might be better. I don't know. I mean, I really don't know that.
Yeah.
You know, but there's no Walmart.
No.
You know, there's no big chains. They do have chains, but they're French, you know, chains. They're not.
Yeah, their hyper-U seem to be chains.
The hyper-U's, yeah, those are big grocery stores.
Yeah.
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 But there's not very many of those. And they're only in the big cities, you know.
It's interesting. I didn't know that. Yeah, I never really paid. I do remember Matthew, as I was complaining when we were filming the movie, I forgot, it was my fault, I forgot to get you put them over lights to change the color change, temperature lights. You can do it for warm or cold, you know, blue, or essentially orange or blue. And I forgot to get them. So I'm like looking around Jacksonville, where can I get these? Both Tony and I are looking, where can we get these? And there's nothing. We had to go through B&H, is the only company, and then I had to pay extra to have it overnighted for the next day because they're the only one. There's no one else. And then Matthew's like, that's funny because there's like 15 of them right around me. I'm like, yeah. You know, it doesn't help me here. Okay.
No. It's just, just a different, it's like kind of like America used to be.
Yeah.
Sort of. Not necessarily. I mean, there's change there. They do have, and there's fast food there, and there's all that, but there's no, like, restaurant chains.
No, not really. Everything seems to be privately owned.
It's all good food, you know. And even McDonald's is better than.
Yeah, well, food there, they don't allow things that we allow here.
Yeah.
You shouldn't allow.
Yeah, we talked
here.
about that before.
Yeah. I don't like doing that, you know, but I don't like that about them. But they do seem, I think from a business, that's why they don't really like Amazon very much.
No, they make it hard for Amazon to operate there.
Yeah.
And like Amazon wanted to do 24-hour delivery in Paris.
Yeah.
And the people, the government there said, no, there's already too much traffic on it.
Yeah.
You're not going to put that many more trucks out, and you're not going to do that. And delivery is weird over there. If you're not home, they don't leave it.
Yeah.
They're not just going to leave it at your door.
No.
You know, they won't do that. You have to be there to accept the package. And that's hard for some people to do when you're working and stuff. So, you know, it's a little...
That would be a pain in the ass. But I guess Matthew's saying that they are responsible for that package until it is in your hand.
Exactly. So they're not going to leave it somewhere.
No. Yeah, that makes sense. And I do wish we had something similar here because there is that weird, well... It's like... I do an eBay thing. I'm responsible to it until it goes to the post office. And the post office be like, we dropped it off. We don't know where, but we dropped it off. And but then ultimately, at the end of the day, I got to give the guy a refund because they lost it, you know? And, but...
Well, speaking of eBay, I listed that Neil Peart miniature drum set.
Oh, yeah?
Snakes and Arrows drum set. Yeah. They took it down.
Really?
Because I used his name. His estate, because he's passed away, his estate doesn't want anything on eBay that sell anything that uses his name.
So you got to do Rush drum set?
Yeah, I got to relist it. I haven't done that yet.
That's weird. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I got the email this morning. So we had took your listing down.
Interesting.
Because the estate of Neil Peart does not want anything. And he was always touchy about signing things, you know, autographing things. And this thing isn't an autograph. You know, I just put his name on there to get attention, you know, and I did. I had a lot of views. I didn't sell it, but I had a lot of looks and a lot of watchers, and nobody's bid on it. But they took it down yesterday.
That's kind of.
And I thought, wow, that's never happened before.
Yeah.
And it's been up a couple of weeks. You know, I had it up once before, but I listed it as Rush memorabilia. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to do that again. Yeah, I'll probably lower the.
Did you save the pictures in your phone?
Yeah,
I hate when you do that. You got to relist.
Yeah, you got to take those, especially with that. That's so hard to set up.
Yeah.
But if anybody wants a replica miniature Neil Peart Snakes and Arrows tour drum set, you know, I have one. Just put something in the comments there, and we'll get it together, and I'll sell it. I don't remember what I paid for it originally.
Yeah.
But it's kind of a cool looking thing.
It is neat.
Yeah.
And you had the 2 guitars with it too, the mini guitars.
That's 3.
3?
Yeah.
You had
two Geddy Lee basses and one Alex Lifeson.
Yeah, okay. That was kind of cool. You had like the whole band there, essentially.
Yeah.
You even had the little bobbleheads, too.
I still have the bobbleheads.
Yeah.
And I still have the package for those, and depending on what
Everything.
we decide to do here,
Yeah.
I might sell those here pretty quick. But
Well, I'm glad everything is coming
to a conclusion.
soon. I'm tired of sitting around, so we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
And I'm going to get that thing done this weekend. I'm going to get it set to go. I'd like to get it where it goes on a Friday. So if it can go on a Friday, you get the weekend. That's when people are home and can watch things. So it's not going to be this Friday. Sorry. Kind of sucks. I'm a little bummed.
Yeah, it's supposed to be tomorrow.
Of course, by the time I release this, everybody will realize, oh, he didn't do it this Friday. So I have to push it back. But the reason is that company that was going to do it suddenly doesn't do things here. And I'm like, wow, that's strange. It bothered me at first. But I'm like, okay, I guess I got to go with these guys. And these guys are fantastic. I'm looking at their site and all the tools they have for me to do. It's pretty much like an official release.
Well,
it's kind of nice. Yeah, it's kind of nice. I can even sell it there.
Yeah.
People can buy it and download it onto their stuff there. It's kind of crazy. Or when they access their account, it's there forever. It's kind of interesting, or until I say, no, you can't. I mean, they're buying my license. So,
yeah.
But it's kind of interesting. So it's kind of neat. I have full control on that whole thing. It's kind of cool. But at the same time, I'm also going to use the other guys to get, wider, more mainstream stuff. So every little bit helps.
Put it anywhere you can put it.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm working with Amazon. They're 6 to 12 weeks.
Really?
Yeah, they're very long.
They've probably got a lot of backlog.
Oh, yes, they do. And COVID didn't help.
Plus they do a lot of their own productions, and that's going to take priority. They're going to get their programming up first.
Yeah, and they got a crew who does it. What they do is they go through everything. What they did to help simplify it is they gave me access to their quality checks. They check my sound, my video, and my subtitles, or my captions. They check all three of those, and they just made that available to me. You can just run your movie through this, fix anything you see wrong with it. So by the time we get it, a pristine version of it. We can just
mess around with it.
Go, but it's inspection of it. If I don't do that, it is definitely 12 weeks. It still probably will take about 6 weeks, so a couple months, and then Film Hub is, we're 5 days, but Tubi and all those guys are 12 weeks minimum, getting these things. Because a lot of people like me out there. A lot of people make these things. Like, hey, we'll bring it to market. We're small, tiny, but,
It's like music nowadays. Yeah. The record companies don't go looking for the new rock band or whatever anymore. So you got to kind of do it yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
There's really no money in it.
Not much, no.
It really is.
Especially my hobby is, my thing is it can be very expensive to make.
Sure.
And you want to make your budget back, which I can. Mine's low enough to where I know I can, but it's that, oh shit, here we go. Yeah. And studios today, they look at these things and they'll they watch these small guys, but they're so risk averse right now that if it's something is, they just they won't spend that money on things anymore.
And that's why there's no good movies anymore.
No, there isn't. Absolutely. You got to get good movies today. You have to even be able to make a lot of good movies today. You kind of have to go. Unless your name is Christopher Nolan, kind of have to go what I do. My route to even be able to get good things out there, or things that you feel that are good out there, and see what happens.
Music, do you think Frank Zappa would get a recording contract?
Hell no,
today?
Not today.
Absolutely
no,
not a chance.
No,
not a chance.
And the world would be sadder for it.
Yeah,
It's kind of sad, but yeah. You think the Beatles would have the freedom they had today?
No. Well, the Beatles were big.
Yeah,
but I don't know if they would. I don't know.
They wouldn't have that freedom that they had in the beginning. They could do what they want in the beginning, where they can't do that anymore. And no one's going to take a hit on something that they can't fully control and hold on to.
Yeah.
You have a lot of even big bands who are not using labels anymore. I don't think Alice in Chains is. I think they're just putting out their own stuff. I know Jerry Cantrell just put out a new album, and he just put it out.
Yeah.
So I think.
Well, it's like John Anderson, that John Anderson one. John Anderson and the Band Geeks. And he found the Band Geeks on YouTube and said, I got a lot of good songs written. These guys are good. I can make an album with these guys. So he got with them. We got together with them, and they put that album. And it's a really good album. Yeah. Really good. Your mother doesn't like it, but...
Well, his voice, I can get the voice every now and again. Because he's so much older. He's so much older that it doesn't hit the range that it used to. No. And every now and again, I'm like, okay, I get it. But he's also 80 years old, so I'm also willing to overlook that.
And the music is fantastic.
Music is very good. Yeah. Musically, they are quite good. As a band, they're a really good band.
And why those guys aren't employed somewhere, I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't know.
They're really good.
But it's hard now. Rock bands like Rick Beato always complains, like, why isn't Avenged Sevenfold the biggest band in the world?
Yeah.
Because in his mind, right now, they're probably the best. But they don't have a chance in hell. Even they have a hard time getting stuff done, So I'm glad that certain avenues exist for filmmakers and YouTube. And Vimeo, which is what I'm using. Yeah. They have avenues for us to do things.
Get it out there. If you're interested in progressive rock, if you like Yes.
Oh, yeah.
But from back in the 70s, check out that John Anderson and the Band Geeks thing, man. That is so good.
Oh, yeah.
Name it Alive, I think.
I think so.
Something like that.
Yeah, that sounds right. But no, that's good. I mean, musically, it's fantastic. I said his voice, he's 80 years old.
He's 80.
So I'm like, after a while, is it stronger than Ian Anderson's? By far.
Oh, it's still pretty good for an 80-year-old.
It's still pretty good. He's still kicking.
You know who it is when he sings.
Yeah.
It's
Yes. It sounds like Yes to me. Yeah. It's the most Yes album in
many years. They're still get together touring. They put an album out a couple of years ago, but I don't care about it because John Anderson's not in the band anymore.
And half of them are dead.
Well, pretty much all of them.
Yeah. Well, Wakeman's still alive, isn't he?
Yeah, but he's not in the band.
No, he hasn't been in the band in years.
He does his own thing.
John Anderson's out, so the two important guys are really not there anymore. Their drummer was good too.
Yeah,
Buford.
He doesn't play with him anymore.
I think didn't he pass away?
No,
he's still alive. Yeah. So you got.
There's
the bass
nobody
player, the only original member of that band passed away.
Well, the bass player. He was the only founding member left.
Yeah.
That was in the band. He died.
How did Steve Howe... I still don't know how Steve Howe got all that name. How did he get all of that? How did he get...
Good lawyers, maybe?
I guess so.
Yeah, I don't know. He owns the Yes name.
Yeah, he owns every bit of it. Yeah,
and him and John Anderson don't get along, I guess.
Yeah. It's kind of straight. Well, it's not. I mean, egos are egos.
Yeah. They both have pretty big egos, I'm sure. But
it's kind of interesting.
It's kind of interesting with John Anderson, though. He said this is the album Yes would have made if they were still together.
Yeah.
Well, technically they're still together, but he
really not.
He's put a little backhanded.
Well, it's like for years there was two Queensryches. I mean,
both touring.
Yeah, both touring.
There was two Yeses touring.
Was there?
There was the Steve Howe version of it, whoever was in the band then, whoever showed up that week.
Yeah.
And then there was John Anderson, Rick Wakeman, and Trevor Rabin.
Yeah.
One of the version of Yes.
That's
touring at the same time.
That's so funny.
That's ridiculous.
It is a little bit
come
ridiculous.
On, guys. Get together, I mean, jeez.
Yeah, it always made me laugh. So you'd always kind of look at like the Queen. Okay, which one is it? The guy with the good voice or the guy with the bad voice? Because there's two different. They're very different, and
weird.
I didn't like it. Always bugged me. It's like,
I don't like a lot of these bands from my era touring when they have like
Deep Purple,
like one guy. I mean, it's like, like the Guess Who. I like some of their songs back in the day. They were playing right up the road here, the Thrasher Horn Theater. Mm-hmm. I thought, oh man, Guess Who? So I do a little research. The only original member is the drummer. I'm like, no, I'm not going to spend $50-$60 for a ticket to see that.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it. No.
It's like seeing Rolling Stones without Mick Jagger.
It's ridiculous.
Not a Stones fan.
All these people are all excited. Oh, the Guess Who's coming. Yeah, well, okay, you go on. You do you.
The Guess Who.
Yeah, it's not the Guess Who. It's the Guess Who's drummer and a bunch of other guys.
Well, I'm glad. I think I talked about it earlier. Was Mike Portnoy is back with Dream Theater, and I heard that new Dream Theater song. I'm like, oh, they sound like Dream Theater again. You can't replace that drummer. You just can't.
They did, but
it didn't work. I mean, it worked. They weren't bad. I mean, Mangini's a great drummer. The sound just changed.
Yeah.
There's a certain sound, you can't.
I was never really a fan of them anyway.
Yeah, but still, I'm a little bit more optimistic.
They're more your age.
Yeah. Oh no, they're much more heavier.
I mean, they got some good songs. Don't get
me
wrong, but
a little bit heavier than.
Yeah. Not my.
That's why I always laughed when they're talking about Rush as heavy metal. I'm like, that's not heavy metal.
It's Rush. There's really no other definition for it. You can try to categorize them, but
they're progressive rock,
kind of
like Coheed,
but not all of it.
A lot of it is. It's very Coheed and Cambria, or Coheed and Cambria is very Rush,
I guess.
If you listen to a lot of, especially the fourth Coheed album, that is very Rush album. You're like, oh, that's Rush, but it's not. It's still a different band, but its sound is it's very complicated, but it's kind of heavier. Complicated. It's really good. It's an excellent album. One of my favorites. He even kind of sounds a little Geddy Lee-ish at times.
Yeah, but I don't like his voice.
Yeah, people don't. That's okay. I do. It doesn't bother me. It did. When I first heard him, I was like, but the whole thing. And now that he's older too, he's the same age as I am now. So the whole band is. So he sounds a little bit better. It's gotten a little bit deeper, a little bit because he's getting older. It's kind of a weird thing. The high pitched singers sound lower as they get older. And then the lower pitch guys either get super low or they just lose it altogether. It's kind of weird hearing that. I heard that Surge song yesterday. He still sounds pretty damn good. He's 50 years old. Too bad it's not a System album. It kind of bothers me. Those guys need to figure that shit out because that album would be huge. If System of a Down came out and said, here's our new album. Oh my God. I'm going to that show, but they won't. The guitar player, I guess, wanted it to where he was the only one who talked to the press. Egos.
Yeah.
And it's just... So he's Surge is making his own stuff, and it's pretty good. Not bad. I was like, that's pretty good. I like it. I don't know if I'd go spend, $50 to go see it, but, it's still pretty good. I'll listen to it.
I think I'm kind of past my concert prime anymore. I can't think of any. I'd love to see the Counting Crows. And every time, I've bought tickets to see them more than once. And something happened every time that I couldn't go.
Mine is Coheed.
So if they come back around, I'm going to try it one more time.
Yeah. Coheed, I'd go see the new Opeth album is really good, but I'd go see them too, of course. But I'm also 44 years old, so.
Well, that's not.
So I'm still active in my concert days, but as far as like bands out touring, Dream Theater, but they're starting in Europe because they're so much bigger over there than they are here.
Yeah.
And Opeth is starting in Europe, and I think Coheed and Cambria is getting ready to tour because they had the drummer on Drumeo, which is really good, real interesting thing. One of his biggest influences is the band. Drummer from the band. Yeah, he talked about people like, really? I can't think of his name.
Cleavon.
He met him when he was a kid. His dad, their dad, Joey Eppert and Josh Eppert's dad played with him in the band. So he met him. And then he started playing drums and just started, well, that's how this guy who knows my dad plays, He started learning. He plays like all open hand. I guess they call it open hand. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. I can't remember his name. He passed away a few years ago.
Yeah, he talks about that in there. Yeah, that was his first real guy, and it's kind of funny. But he's 44, so they're, it's kind of fun. They're getting older too. It's really weird that a band, they are my age, is starting to show some age on them, but they're touring, getting ready to tour soon. So I'm hoping to see them. I'm gonna see them. Damn it. Last time I was going to see them, we moved the next day, so I couldn't go. And I had the tickets. I was all ready to go. I think Jam got sick because I was I'm going. I don't care if I'm deaf the next day. I don't care if I'm exhausted the next day. I'm going. And then Jam got sick. I think it was Jam or Matthew. One of the two were sick, and we just couldn't go. And I was like, I still have a ticket. It might leave your asses behind. But no, I was like, all right, no, we can't. Because it was Matthew's favorite, one of Matthew's favorite punk bands. They were touring together. It's kind of a weird, they were like alternating the headline. I can't remember their name. he'd yell at me right now if he knew. Oh my goodness. I don't know. I can't remember her name. Yeah. But they all sound the same. But
yeah, I'm not really into that punk music.
I'm not either. I thought it was weird that Coheed was with them. I was like, it's not the same music. But I really wanted to go, but I didn't. That's good. So I will see them. Probably end up in France or something. Like, oh, hey, there they are. Let's go. So, everybody on the bus. On the bus. Let's go.
Never know.
So, but that's all I got this week.
Yeah, me too.
Not much this week, guys. Sorry, we're a little bit slow today, but actually, I don't think we're too bad. I don't know. We are how we always are. So
yeah, we're podcast about nothing, I guess.
Yeah, we're the Seinfeld of podcasts.
Well,
we're not the Sopranos ones, so there's not a lot of cussing, so we're all good. Well, there could be, but
a little bit.
Get me fired up.
Yeah,
get me fired up about something. Maybe next week.
Maybe next week.
Next week I might be pretty fired up. Yeah, but that's it. That's all I got.
That's all I have.
All right.
Everybody like, subscribe,
all
share
that stuff.
If you like these, share them.
I always like the what's his name there? James May. Don't like me. Don't subscribe.
Yeah. Don't share.
And don't watch anything I do. But no, please do, because it works for the algorithm. And I'll make once I get all this stuff done, I'll make a little announcement video and put it out there to try to get some hype.
Hopefully next week.
Again, sorry everybody. Life happens. You just got to learn to adjust. And I cried and upset and cussed and a lot of cussing. I think I used the MF a lot. And, but I'm good now. So and I'm ready to plug ahead. So that's what I'm doing. Yeah. But until then, have a wonderful week.
All right, take care, everyone.
And happy Halloween, because it is Halloween.
It is Halloween today. Yeah, we got the little bastards coming around here.
Oh, yeah. And it's Thursday night, so we get to watch a true treat. Hopefully the Jets getting their ass kicked.
Yeah, that'd be good.
So have a good night.
Enjoy your Halloween and have fun.
Oh, yeah.
Take care.
All right. Bye-bye.